Welcome to Linda Strickland Art, No Rules Watercolor. I'm Linda, this is Schooner, and today we will be doing direct painting. If you're new to watercolor, you may want to check out my setting up and getting started videos on my YouTube channel, Linda Strickland Art. It is my goal today to give you just enough information so that you feel confident to paint exuberantly. So grab some brushes and let's get started. I'm calling this video today direct painting, and it is what it sounds like. We're going to start out painting directly on the subject, which is probably the way you would naturally approach this painting. So today, if you've got my watercoloring cards, Coastal Cousins collection, I'm painting the blue crab. This technique would work well for the red fish as well. So I'm going to paint right on the subject and then do the background last. Or not at all. You can keep the white of the paper for your background, which is also a very effective approach to it. Most all paintings have some direct painting on them, the smaller detail work, but today we're going to purposely paint directly on. So here we go. I'm going to use manganese blue because this is a South Texas blue crab, and this is the color that they are. It's perfect. I'm going to make my juicy puddle and go right on him. Now, we're painting the large areas first and then going to rein it in and do the detail work and break it down into smaller sections. I'm going to go to yellow next. This guy's going to be crazy colorful just because that's how I like to do them. I'm going to go ahead and go to the yellow up here and put some yellow on. What I've got is this blue is very wet and it's going to run and move into these other colors, and that's how I want this to work. I want all this kind of running together. I might go to some orange. Seems like I'm following the rainbow here a little bit, which works. Maybe a little pink on these claws. Painting directly on the subject with big juicy washes. No details yet. Let's bring this yellow on down. This is fun. My favorite way to paint. Which is what I say about every way to paint, isn't it? Now, I'm not even going to make them the same on both sides. I kind of want them to be green, which is how these blue crabs are. They have a lot of green in them. But I'm going to let my paints mix on the paper and make a green. So I got my juicy puddle of manganese, my juicy puddle of this Gambo's yellow, and I'm going to let it all run together and move. Let's see. I do like the pink in there though. The pink and the orange. This is just playtime. Just paint like you're a kid. Don't worry about the rules or what's supposed to be a certain color. Just have some fun. Look how much fun this is. Woo. That's funky and weird. I'm going to let it go. Put some blue up here. I'm not getting the green I was looking for, but we'll see. Just keep painting. Try not to worry too much about the control of everything. Just put some paint on. Little pink here, little pink here. All right, I think I need him to be a little bluer. Okay, it's starting to dry. It's not shiny on his body anymore, so I need to leave it alone. She says as she puts more paint down. Okay, I think I'm in the danger zone where I need to just stop painting. That one didn't get any color on it. Okay, I'm gonna let this dry. So my painting is dry now. I got clean water and I cleaned off my mixing area, so I've got nice clean color. I love the way he looks so far. He's kind of like a piñata crab or something, and I love it. So I want to keep that clean, clear color like that. So clean water, clean mixing area. Now we're going to we started first with the big pieces, and we kind of painted him as one big piece, which is good. Color all running together. Now we're going to rein it in a little bit and paint the smaller pieces. Find the sections of him, break him out, separate him out a little bit into smaller pieces. We don't want to cover up all of this first wash because the most beautiful part of your painting is the initial paint right on the white paper. So we don't want to cover this up. We just want to add another layer, some darks, a little bit of detail, and let this just shine through. So here we go. I'm going to start with orange, and I have no reason why other than it just seems like it. I should do it. I'm going to put some orange in these little joints between the little legs. Have big bands of little connectors of orange in there. That's not very strong. So I'm going to make this orange stronger by putting some of this red in there. Let's see how that looks. That's not so much orange anymore, but kind of cool. And again, I'm going to do them all the same because then that gets boring. So we're going to do a few of them and then kind of leave it alone. I want to separate out the thickness of his body here by putting another layer of blue right under here. Just in the way of almost a shadowy shape. I could do the same thing to kind of dance across the little, they have a very distinctive pattern on their shells, on their back. I'm following my drawing lines and just putting a little paint on there. I like the way that looks. So I think I'm gonna kind of find a few of these little scallopy points. This is very indicative of the crab, is that shape that they have there. I'm going to do a very similar thing. They look like little transformers. They have all these little sections of like metal plate or armor on them. So I'm going to mix up an orangey color and just kind of find these shapes here. Now I'm not going to coloring book outline all of it. I'm going to clean my brush. Now I have just water on. Just soften that edge a little bit. Yeah, that looks good. It just gives a little, separates this piece from this piece without outlining everything again. I hope that makes sense. I'm mixing up some weird orangey color. It's a good idea when you're doing the detail work on them to use the color that's underneath. So this is an orange and pink, which I kind of instinctively mixed together. And I'm just going to kind of make him a little darker there. Just to give him some details. This will make him look a little more dimensional too. Now notice I haven't covered up very much. I haven't covered up my my underpainting, my first wash. I don't know what color to use there. Maybe blue-green. Let's see how it looks. If we don't like it, we can take it off. Kind of looks weird. Maybe he needed a little blue over there. That's not bad. Okay. Same thing on this one. Now this one is blue, green, yellow across here. So that's the colors I'm going to use. Same exact colors that I used in the first wash. You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Kind of follow my drawing lines. Okay, I want to separate out this claw arm from his body, and that's pink and yellow, you think? Let's see. Yeah. Now, I kind of painted over that whole thing, but in a light wash, and you can see the first wash showing up through there. That's what we're going for. I'm going to be able to see the colors, the original colors under there. Still showing. It's looking good. This is a little bit pink and blue, so maybe I need to make the colors blend a little more. I don't want a cookie cutter looking. I want him to gel together. I think he might need a little pink somewhere up here just because. I don't know if that's good or not. I'm going to leave it alone, and we'll look at it again in a minute. I'm using some kind of orangey, yellow, pinky color to just kind of put some detail on these things, these legs. Everything is shapes. It's just a shape. Let's see. This is kind of green. So as I move along, it turns from green to orangey to yellow, and I need to do the same thing with my shadowy shape colors. That's working. I need to do that on this one, which is kind of blue-green. Now this is fun. That looks good. That looks so good, I feel like I should do it on his body. Maybe. Now you don't really have to go darker with your paint, your puddle, because you're putting a second layer on, it's just kind of naturally going to be darker. This is boring. Let's see if I can do something interesting to that. I guess it's okay if one spot's boring. Okay. What about this? I'm gonna put a wash of yellow across that. Now with this is completely dry, I can take my juicy puddle of yellow and wash straight across it, and it won't disturb the painting that's underneath as long as it's dry. See? That improved that. I like it. I can't think of anything else to do to him, so that would indicate that I'm done. Again, it's better to leave it slightly underpainted and unfinished than it is to overpaint it and let it look overworked. This is so bright and colorful that I think it works on the white background, and if you made this into a card and put it on a hot pink card, or even matted it on hot pink or blue, it would be really, really stunning. You can paint the background, and I have other videos that show you how to do that, but for this crap, I think I'm done. Thank you for watching Linda Strickland Art, No Rules Watercolor. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it, and comment below if you have any questions, and please post photos of your watercolors, both the fabulous successes and the exuberant fails. See you next time.